and today for devotion time we're going to be talking about loving one another. This subject is so touchy, but it's something that so needs to be talked about today. And I am going to give us a couple of scriptures so we understand why we should love one another. And I'm just excited to share this with you because I feel like we should all strive to be acceptable of one another, of showing kindness, encouragement. I'm big on encouragement. So when you see a brother or a sister, you just need to let that love just pour out of you into their lives. So let's start off with the basics. If you are in church, or if you, I'm sure that you have heard this verse because it's very, very universal. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall have an everlasting life. I want to highlight whosoever. He says, whoever believes in him. So it's not limiting to me. It's not limiting to you. It's not limited to your neighbors. It's whosoever believes in him. So God is plainly saying all my children. God does not have favorites. He does not. He's not a God that is looking down and say, oh, they're my favorite. Those people, not so much. No, he's not a judging, condemning God. He is a loving God. He loves us all and he doesn't have favorites. Matthew 11:28, it says, come to me all who are weary and heavy burdened, and I will give you rest. Again, I want to highlight all. All. He is saying, come to me all. He doesn't say me, you. He's not speaking about nationalities. He's not speaking about he or she or babies. He is saying all. We are all his children. If you have your Bible, I really want you to dig in today and go and look at this and read it with me, because I feel like when you open it up and you read it, they just speak to you. They just jump out. So if you have your Bible close, get it out and let's open up to the book of Mark. We are going to go to chapter 12, verse 31. And I think I'm already there in my Bible. Okay. So right here, he's talking about, he's giving two commands. And the first commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart, right? And all your soul and all your mind and all your strength. And then he says the second is this. He's giving us another command. Love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other command greater than these. Love your neighbor as yourself. And that's not referring to your neighbor, like literally, like in the home that you live in. No, that's not what it's referring to. It's referring to the people that you come in contact with, the people that you come across with. Those are our neighbors. Love your neighbor as yourself. Let's back up. How are you loving yourself? How are you loving yourself? Let's talk about that for a second. What do you think of yourself? Because God calls us his children. And he loves us just the way we are. He loves us just the way we are. So how are you viewing yourself? Sometimes the way that we view ourselves plays out on how we view others. So maybe you need to reevaluate how you're viewing yourself so you can be able to show God's love to other people. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 1 through 13. Let's look at that. And this whole chapter talks about love. It's really long. I don't think I'm going to read it, but I'll give you some of the verses. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It's not boastful. It's not conceited. Does not act improperly. It's not selfish. It's not provoked. It does not keep a record of wrongs. Whoa. Does not keep a record of wrongs. Love finds no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. I mean, can we just take that in for a minute? Endures all things. Love endures all things. Think about the love that you have for your children, and how when they do something wrong and you correct them on it, do you stop loving them? No, you don't stop loving them. You discipline them and say, don't do that again, or you send them to timeout, or however you discipline your kids, right? You tell them, this is what you did wrong, please don't do it again, but you still love them. Love endures all things. Love never ends. Love never ends. So that whole chapter talks about love. What are you getting from it? You know, sometimes maybe we need to reevaluate ourselves, and it all starts with us. How are you showing that love that Christ has placed inside of us? How? Let's go to 1 John 4:8. And this will be the last one. 1 John 4:8. The one who does not love does not know God, because God is love. And I'll read 9. God's love was revealed among us in this way. God sent his Son, his one and only Son, into the world so that we might live through him. We might live through him. How did Jesus live in this world? How did his life play out? He showed love. He showed mercy. He healed people. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. Again, we're seeing that word love. God is love. God loves all of us. So how are we showing? What are we doing with that love that he is teaching us? What are we doing with that? God's not picking favorites. He's not showing partiality to a group of people, to a race more than another. So why should we? Why should we? The answer is no. Stop it. Enough is enough. Our attitude towards one another should be, and I'm going to read back that scripture, love your neighbor as yourself. And if you're having a problem loving your neighbor as yourself, then maybe you need to reevaluate yourself and see what are some things that you are needing to deal with. You know, sometimes I have to reevaluate myself a lot, daily. Daily, I have to go back and say, ooh, yeah, Lord, maybe I shouldn't have spoken that way to my husband. You know, how can I work on that? I have to reevaluate myself. You know, what really caused that anger? Was I frustrated over the kids? Was I frustrated over something that, you know, I forgot to do and I kind of took it out on him? You know, I've got to reevaluate what's happening inside of me so that that love can shine through. And I wanted to kind of end with this. If we go back to the beginning of the Bible in Genesis with Abraham. And do you guys remember that song when you were little kids, when it was like, Father Abraham has many sons has Father Abraham, and I am one of them, and so are you. Do you remember that? We're all children of God. We are all children of God. Even back then in the beginning in Genesis, he made that clear. And one of the promises he made to Abraham was, Abraham, look at the stars. And Abraham looked at the stars and he said, yes, Lord. He said, as you see the night sky, all these stars, that's your offspring. Your offspring will be that many. And that means that all of us, we are all offspring of the Most High God. And he calls us to love one another. And so I just want to leave you with that thought. Are you showing the love of God to others? Think about it. Stick around for sharing time. Well, welcome back for season 2. And we are coming back with a bang. We have today Karina Pozo, and she is going to be sharing a wonderful, empowering message for us women. And I just can't wait for you guys to hear it. But first, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, first of all, sorry for my English. It's a little hard, but I try every single day. My name is Karina Pozo. I am from Ecuador. I am a mom of 3 beautiful kids, but they're not kids anymore, but I keep telling them they're kids. I have a wonderful husband, and I am a working woman.
You're a working machine.
I am a working machine. I love my friends. I am a daughter of a wonderful woman. I am sister. I am cousin. I try to be a little bit of everything, like every other woman.
And let me tell you guys how I met her. And this is truly a God-ordained friendship. A couple months ago, or actually the beginning of this year, I did a pageant for the Strawberry Festival here in Fort Mill, and I won a raffle from our group to get my makeup done for her to promote the Strawberry pageant.
Yes.
And so the moment I walked in her store, the moment I saw her, I was just like, whoa, this woman is hot stuff. She's beautiful. She's Spanish, Latino. I mean, I just fell in love with her and her personality.
We did. Each other.
And we just clicked. You know when you just click with somebody?
True. Yes.
That's what happened with us. And we had a beautiful friendship. And every time I'm with her, I just feel like she's my sister or my mom, or just a great advice.
It really was a gift of God.
Yes,
or
it
friendship.
was.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about empowering women. And I look at Karina, and she empowers me. And her life reflects what's in her heart. And so why don't you share a little bit with us how, why that's so dear to your heart?
Well, I think everything begins in, like you say, I am Spanish, I am Latino, I am bling bling girl, I am all about makeup, hair, girly girl stuff, and I love it. I mean, I just love it. But deeper in my heart, I always feel that, okay, we are women, we are the rock for our families, we are involved for church, we divide for self, and so many different roles in our life, you know, and we can be so girly girl, we can fix our hair, we can do our makeup, we can dress up with jewelry and everything, but if you don't show what really matters, the really beauty, it's like nobody can see that. So because I am a makeup artist, and I always try to show my clients, show my friends, to discover how beautiful you can be. You are beautiful. You just have to discover yourself, you know. I try to always to share with every single lady what I help, how you can discover that power what is inside you. Yes, I can show you how to do makeup. Yes, I can show you how you can fix your hair. Yes, we can laugh and everything. But I cannot show you. I cannot pull the wonderful gift what God put in every single woman. And that is that power. You have to discover your power. So I try to use my work
as a ministry. It's a little ministry, right?
You know, recently I have my own business. But I did work for this business for 15 years. And one day, in my moment, you know, just this moment, I was telling God, I say, okay, if I ever have my own business, I wanted you guide me. I wanted you put in every day I pray, Christina, Lord, let me bring a word of hope and faith. Let me do my job. Let me talk about you very soon, very soft, but let me do that ministry. And some days I can do better, other days they're not that successful because I am human. But whoever know me, whoever ever have the opportunity to have my service or be in my store, this is what I want to do. Well, I don't know any woman who doesn't have that power. I did met before women who they didn't discover that power, but somehow they do, so that's what I try to do.
And it's so important. It's so important that we as women encourage one another. Like you said, try to bring out in one another our very best.
Exactly.
Because so much is happening around us. So many things are happening in our lives, our children, our marriages, our personal life, that when we do come together in communion and fellowship, why bring each other down?
Exactly.
Why be negative? Why
Exactly.
have bad thoughts? Why can't we just lift each other up and love on each other and encourage and empower?
That is what happened right now, Christina, the way how I see things right now. In my personal life and everybody's life, is we rush. We rush for everything.
Yes.
We rush for work, we rush
It's
for,
true.
we rush with our kids. So my mission every morning is say, okay, Lord, let me make my point. Let me touch different minds. But also, I do pray for, Lord, let me be surrounded with people who accept me, who embrace me, and try to bring my best, give my best,
Yes.
but also let me learn
Let's
something.
touch on that for a minute, on people trying to accept you, and me as well. Like I'm Puerto Rican, you're from Ecuador, we're Hispanic, and
Very Spanish.
and just how people, our cultures, and living here in the United States, the greatest country ever. Okay, can we just say?
Yes.
But I want you to talk about that a little bit. Moving from Ecuador, coming here to the United States, how was the
Transition.
the transition.
We moved here 17 years ago. Almost 17 years ago. It was for personal reasons.
I've been here 15 in South Carolina.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I came directly.
Cool.
I came Ecuador, Charlotte. Yes.
Okay.
I've been here before because my sister lived here before, and I always loved Charlotte. But we moved here for personal reasons. It was a hard decision with my husband. We pack, like I always say, we pack our life in 2 suitcases. And when I go back and think about it, I say, how I did it, how we did it,
Right.
But I firmly believe that God have a reason for everything. When I say bye to my cousins, they're my sisters, when I say bye to my friends, who was my friends since preschool to high school, when I say bye to my husband's family, when we took that decision, to be honest, I didn't know what was coming.
Right.
Well,
and just if I could just add something, when you just said that, I mean, my heart just broke because I know.
Exactly.
I mean, my mother left me in Puerto Rico to come to Florida to make a better life, and I know that
to look forward for a better future.
that's so hard.
This is something when I have opportunity to talk in the church when I attend, and I try to give
I mean, you're leaving
hope.
loved ones behind.
I want everybody to understand it's not fun.
Right.
It's not fun. You leave everything, you pack your life in my case, into suitcase, and you say, I say to my husband, we can do it. We can do it. We are ready. But honestly, I didn't have any clue. I was thinking I could do it.
You were scared?
Yeah. I was scared, but by the time when we took the decision, I have a very bad experience, unfortunately, in my country with delinquency, which really affect my life and my kids' life tremendously. And so when we moved here, I was scared, but I was thinking, I can do it.
So you had 3 little kids too, right?
But that time I have Nicole, who was 14, Stefano, 12, and Fiorella, our little big surprise, 2 years old. But my point and what I want to say is, I was thinking, I can do it. I mean, what can be wrong?
Yeah.
I can do it. I didn't have any clue. Only the faith on God. only the the hope that you want a better life for your kids. You wanna live in peace. You wanna live without fear. So that, but mostly the faith in God is what put you through. And when I left my friends and I left everybody, I cry, you cannot have it. I partied with it, so many goodbye parties. But I was thinking, okay, that is it. All my friends stay here, That was very hard for me. But what we don't understand is nobody replaced nobody. Lord put in your way people like angels to help you to go through this transition. I have friends here. I have you. I have friends here that I cannot imagine my life without them either. So that's the thing. Lord put in your way, wherever you are, if you have faith in Him and your family is together, you will be okay.
And so let's get into the culture, the culture difference.
It was hard. It was hard. More as a mom, thinking my kids, Nicole and Stefano, they came 14 and 12 years old. The school where I attend in Ecuador was, if you can just say, a small school with everybody know each other. Parents. Everybody. Yeah. So move here without the language. Nicole was more. She knew more English than Stefano. So they started a new school where they don't know nobody. They was not used to have different cultures too either, because we don't have that much that in Ecuador. And it was hard for me see in his little face every morning that scared looking like they don't know how to. Exactly. And in fact, I want to tell you something very, very touchful what happened with my kids. If you see Nicole, my daughter, she doesn't look like she belonged to me. She's very fair skin, freckles, red hair, and then Stefano and Fiorella, they look like me. Nicole looks more like my husband and his family. They look like me. Latin, 100%.
That's so, me and my boys and my girl.
Exactly. So Nicole went to the school, middle school with Stefano, and they were attached each other. Right. But they have to go to different classes, so they were waiting for the lunchtime so they can meet in the cafeteria and say, how was your day? Who talked with you? Who doesn't? Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. Like things like that. And one day, a group of teenagers asked Nicole, hey, why you don't sit with us? We would love if you sit with us. Just don't bring that Spanish guy where you always sit with. That broke Nicole's heart. Her brother, and she said, well, that Spanish guy is my brother, and I will sit where he sits. So thank you. And now we laugh, but things like that. But in the other side, I want to tell you, my husband his family is from Europe. He come from a dad from Italy, mom from background from Germany, so he's used to different cultures. And when we move here, he say, okay, let's have everybody sit. This is how we're going to live here. We bring the more wonderful things what we have from our culture, and we want to share that. But it was our decision to move here, so we're going to embrace this culture. We're going to follow the rules, and we're going to learn what is the best from this culture. Right. And we did. The hilarious thing is he put the cable, the TV. Karina Pozo, no English, no nothing. Okay. He say, well. I say, Italo, when the company for the cable is coming? I need to watch the TV, the news. They won. We won't have TV in Spanish. Ah? What? And he said, no, we won. I wanted you to learn English. I wanted the kids to learn English. So, no, we won't have novelas.
No! Spanish soap operas.
Spanish soap operas. No, we won't have that. We won't have news in Spanish. We want to listen in English every single day, everything. I was like, oh oh my God, I want to buy my ticket to go back. How I will make it,
Right.
you know? And I did. I mean, it's
The beautiful thing is that, like, I can embrace this culture, but I can still keep my tradition.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it.
That is
land
what
the
makes.
free. We can all come together and
Exactly.
do our own.
And now I can tell you, I wish we're going to have opportunity to enjoy one day a little get together with my friends, with my kids' friends. It's hilarious. You know, everybody eat rice. Karina, you want to
Yes.
have rice? You
Yes.
know, everybody love our food. We love chicken wings. We love so many
I
things
know,
from
macaroni and
here.
cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. I love country music. I love country music. Sometimes I am in my car and I am listening to country music when I never in my life did before. You know, it's just embrace the two cultures.
Yes.
Never ever forget your roots.
That's right.
Never ever forget your roots.
And God doesn't have favorites.
Absolutely not.
God does not have favorites.
Absolutely
He
not.
loves us all the same.
Absolutely.
So we should do that in return.
Absolutely. And now when it's my turn, when I have to help ladies with totally other culture, with from totally other country, I have a rule for me. I don't talk about politician. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about which side you are or
Right.
nothing. That's my rule. As long you are kind, you have good values, you are a good person. To me, you have God in your heart. I don't need to know nothing else.
right.
You know, so I don't care which color is your skin. I don't care which language you speak. I don't care nothing about it. As long you are a good person, as long you have a good values. I always say to my kids, as long your friends have a good manners, you know, it's okay. That's the only thing what I ask for, and that is the only thing what I think it make you strong. I always tell my kids when they have a little deception or when they feel kind of,
Right.
you know, because they're Spanish, I say, don't worry. As soon as they get to meet you better, as soon as they know your manners, as soon as they know how is your family and how good person you are, they will love it. And they will love you. And that's what I truly believe.
Yes, absolutely. And so, go a little bit into how you said that you wanted to share how women, it starts with us.
Absolutely.
It starts with us empowering one another, lifting each other up. And so do you get to do that? I know you get to do that in your business. I know.
I try to do every day that in my business and in my personal life. Just to let you know, I have clients when we cry together because
Well, we've cried together while
We
you were
cried
doing,
together.
while you were doing my makeup.
exactly. I mean, I listen every single day different concerns. What I want to say is we are so special. Women are so special. We have amazing power in our life. So our mission should be genuine to each other. If you share something with me and I say, I'm sorry, Christina, I will keep you in my prayers. Well, guess what? I have to. I say it, I
Right.
have to. I have to
Right.
say bye to you, write in the paper, Christina, please Lord help. You know, I have to remember. I say it to you. I want to keep you in my prayers. That's what I try to do.
When you say something,
do it.
do it.
Do it.
I'm the same way.
If I say to you, I hope this world doing better, how awful things would happen. Every day we wake up with a terrible news. It's so awful, and we discuss that, and 30 seconds later I talk about another friend what we have in
Right.
common, or I say something racist, or I say, well, guess what? You were done doing your part. You don't doing your part. So
Right.
that's what I try to say is we have that power. Let's use it, but let's use it in a good way.
Yes.
Let's do our part. God expected from us doing our part. If we have to say something, we have to say it. We have to show in our acts what we say is what we really mean it.
Well, Karina, you are truly shining, bright. Truly, what you're saying, you're living. And
I
honey,
try. No, always. No, I tell you, have my good days, have my bad days.
I know.
But
No,
at
but-
least, this is Christine. I'm sorry for interruption. I always say to my kids and my family, and they laugh. I say, we can do whatever we want during the day. Just wicked. I can lose the more happy person, the more kind person, all this. But at the end of the day, when you go to sleep and it's your pillow on God, you know exactly the good things what you did and the bad things what you did. And this is our time to put together ourselves and say, you know, God, I really should never tell that to my sister. Oh, I'm sorry, God. I should have more patience with my daughter. Or, you know, we know. In that time, nighttime, you can hide in nothing.
That's
you know
right.
exactly what you did.
That's right.
And that is what I have to encourage for the next day. I want to fix what I did. You know, so
Right.
that's
you have to work at it.
Exactly.
I totally agree. I can totally relate. A mother, just being a mother and not, like you just said, having patience. I'm like,
Exactly.
sometimes I fail terribly at that. And I know at night I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. And the next day I'm like, you know, Scarlett, will you please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to really talk to you that way. I was at my wit's end.
And when you say, I'm sorry, that is another thing. The way how I grew up, love my parents to death. But the I'm sorry from your parents didn't exist in my home. You know? My mom say what she have to say, and don't ever waiting for the I'm sorry, because, you know, that was the way how she was grew up too. I try to do a little different with my kids. My dad never say, I'm so sorry, I should never do. No,
Right.
that was not existing. Right now, I try to do that. I try to do that with my kids, with my husband, with my
I think
friends.
you're showing a little bit of grace.
Exactly,
You're showing a little
exactly.
bit of
I'm
grace. Like, I'm
conscious.
human. I messed up.
I'm sorry, I should never do
I
that.
should've,
You know.
And she's like, it's okay, Mom.
Exactly.
And then she's like, I love you. And
I
I'm like,
know,
love you.
I
So
know.
it's just showing them how to forgive. Maybe because our children need to learn
They
how
need to learn.
forgive
They need
others.
to learn.
Because this world, man, you have to have thick skin on.
Exactly.
Thick skin on. So let's talk about Merle Norman. And what would you like our viewers to know about Merle Norman?
Well, Merle
Tell us
Norman,
where it's at.
Merle Norman is a franchise of cosmetics, and my Merle Norman is in Carolina Place Mall at Pineville. Is all about girl to girl. Is cosmetics. We do service for special makeovers, weddings, proms, consultations, but also we are day spa. So I have wonderful estheticians, I have beauty consultants, I have makeup artists. I am very, very proud with our team because whoever will help you have that skills to help you with that. But the more proud thing what I have from the store is you will have fun. You always will receive a good kind words. That's the only what I ask for my team. Let's be kind. Let's make the difference. Let's make the difference. Retail right now is so aggressive. Wherever you go is so aggressive because business are like that right now. And especially this time of the year, which is Christmas. It's Christmas. You will hear so many places, happy holidays. Wherever you go, even I receive emails and everyone with suggestion, say happy holidays so nobody get offended. Well, guess what? Merle Norman, Carolina Place Mall, is a small business, owned for a very hard woman, a Christian woman, and we celebrate Christmas. And you will come to us and enjoy with us Christmas time.
Yes, and her place is decorated beautifully.
Oh,
Beautifully. I mean, she's already got Christmas wreaths and ornaments and a tree.
Christmas music.
Christmas music.
I am all about Christmas.
It's
I
the
love,
most wonderful time of the year.
I love it. I love it. I
Yes.
love it. And I wanted, people feeling that. I wanted they enjoy that Christmas spirit, not just retail experience, a Christmas spirit.
And Merle Norman just came out with a holiday, a new
A holiday new collection with the
Yes.
colors are amazing.
Yes, they
I have
are.
a new primer, 24 karat. When you try it, that is amazing. And more than nothing, it's a place where you can discover how beautiful you are, but also you have fun. You meet friends. I cannot even tell you how many clients met there, and they're their friends.
Yes.
It's just fun. I love my job. I am very blessed. I am very blessed with my job. I love my team, and And I am very blessed with my clients too.
Yeah. Well, you need to go check her out. Merle Norman at the Pineville Mall at Carolina Place. And you will not be disappointed with the service and with the products. I mean, I'm in love with them. I have gone crazy. And my husband's probably, shh, don't tell him. He doesn't know. So
Exactly.
we won't tell him.
We
won't.
They don't need to know.
No, they don't need to know. It's all good. All he needs to know is I look good.
Exactly. Absolutely.
But thank
Absolutely.
you, Karina,
No,
for
thank you.
coming today
Thank you.
and sharing. I mean, I am just so blessed by your friendship. So thank you so
feel
much
the
for
same.
coming and sharing.
Feel the same.
Well, thank you
very
guys.
much.
Stay tuned for Top Shops. Welcome back to Top Shops. And this is one of my favorite segments that we get to do on She. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I've found throughout the week and that I have. First, I'm going to talk about some highlighters. Girls, you know that is all the rave right now. So I want to show you some of the highlighters that I have. I kind of have more than this, but I'm only going to show you 4 that I am currently obsessed with. First is the MAC Holiday line. They came out with this awesome like gold iridescent, like, can you see that? See it with the light? This is actually what I have on my face right now. So it's pretty amazing, and it's called Happy Go Dazzlingly. This other highlighter that I'm currently obsessed with is from Laura Geller, and I don't know if y'all can see, but it's iridescent. And when you put it on your face, it's amazing. Like, it looks like you have a rainbow on your face. It is called Diamond Dust, and it truly lives up to its name. This is one of my first palettes that I got, so it's kind of like dirty because it's been in my makeup case. But it's a baked gelato, and it's also from Laura Geller, and it has 3 colors. It has like a darker, bronzier one, golden honey, and peach glow, and they also work really, really good. And this last one I got recently, and it's from the KKW Beauty, which is the Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. Yes, I do have something from Kim Kardashian. It's kind of cray-cray, but it's a contouring and highlighting kit, and I've only used it a couple times because I'm not really a huge fan of contouring. My sister is yet to come and do the tutorial, Samantha. So I need her to come and show me how to do this, because otherwise I'll just be putting like brown and orange everywhere and I look like an Indian. But the gold and the pink highlighter are amazing. The pigments are crazy. They're really good. I love them. So highlighters are all the rave, so go get one. The second thing I want to talk about is these cute little Christmas trees that I found at Walgreens. Ta-da! You're never going to believe it. But aren't they cute? Look at them. You can put them on your table. I think I'm going to put these around my fireplace, like one on each side, and probably get like a crate and paint it like white rusticy, like make it look really like, you know, farmhousey. And maybe put like a couple of little ornaments on it, or not. I'm not really sure. But look, they light up, guys. How adorable. And so they were buy one, get one half off. So they're $14.99, and then the second one I got half off. I mean, you can't beat that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is I want you to share with me, what's a family tradition that you have around Christmas time? Well, my family, everywhere that we go, when we travel, we like to get an ornament where we're at. And on my tree, one of my trees, I have all the ornaments of all the places that we go to that year and have been in the past. So this year on our tree, 2 new ornaments that we're going to have on there is New York. We went on a trip to New York as a family, spring break, and we all picked out this New York ornament for our tree. And then when me and my husband went to St. Lucia for our 15th year anniversary, we bought one there, and it was so cute from St. Lucia. It's so cute just to have a memory of where you have been with your loved ones and what you've done. So why don't you share with me at sheispP31@gmail.com. What is your family Christmas tradition? I would love to hear about that. See you soon.